everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Saturday, February 4th. On our show today, we have a warning from Dr. John Hovnessian, and he's here from Harvard Eye Associates, and he is going to tell us about a warning about particular types of eye drops that are for tears. So stick around and get that information straight from the doctor. Then we have Beverly Genero and Stuart Hack with the Reformed Temple of Laguna Woods, and they have lots of activities to tell us about. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. Well, we are looking at nice skies today, but we are going to cloud up with a potential chance of rain on Sunday. So today we're looking at 69, 50. Clouding up in the evening, and then tomorrow 65, 46 with 46% chance of rain, and then on Monday 65, 40. All right, let's take a look at our weather traveling. 62, 49 for the beaches. San Diego 65, 49. Santa Barbara 65, 49. Palm Springs 73, 50. Tahoe 38, 18. Big Bear 45, 25. Mammoth 29, 11. And Las Vegas 66, 42. All right, our sunrise this morning was at 6:45, and our sunset will be at 5:25. Great shot of the mountains shortly after we had our storm from Orange, California. That's where that photo was taken. And all looks good there. So if you want to still see the snow, you might want to head on up there because we aren't expecting too many cold temperatures coming up here in the next couple of weeks. All right, stay tuned. When we come right back, we'll have Dr. John Hovnessian. Oh.
At Healing Hearts Emergency Animal Hospital, we are dedicated to emergency veterinary care through high-quality veterinary services and compassion. We offer state-of-the-art diagnostics at competitive pricing. Our doctors will see and care for dogs, cats, and most exotics. In case of emergency, rest assured Healing Hearts Emergency is here for you when your primary veterinarian is closed. Open nights, weekends, and all major holidays.
Welcome to Harvard Eye Associates. We're focused on your eye care at all three of our Orange County locations.
Our new location in Laguna Hills, Orange, and San Clemente.
Each facility features the latest in advanced technology and diagnostic equipment.
And a trusted collection of doctors that care about your vision and your quality of life.
We deliver what matters to you and your family.
Harvard Eye Associates, the future of vision today.
Welcome back. Well, we have Dr. John Hovnessian here on behalf of Harvard Eye Associates, and he has a warning for all of us. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. I mean, unfortunately, there is something going on right now in the news, and it's all over the place, so tell us about it.
Yeah, there's been a number of news articles about an artificial teardrop that has been linked to a number of eye infections that can potentially be very serious and threaten the health of the people affected.
Wow. Now, there's a lot of eye drops that are out there, and this is particularly for artificial tears. So how does that differ from a regular eye drop?
Yeah, so artificial tears are very commonly used. They're simply liquid that you can place in your eye to lubricate the surface. The more common name you'll see on all of the packages is lubricant eye drops.
Okay.
And there are many different formulations, many different companies. It's really overwhelming when you go to the pharmacy to see how many there are. And one broad category that drugs fall into is with preservatives and preservative-free.
Okay.
Preservative-free means that the bottle doesn't contain any contents that are designed to fight off bacteria, usually, or other contaminants. Usually preservative-free drops are designed and delivered with like a twist-off package that you use and you put in once or twice and then you throw it away.
Right.
And it's possible to keep them a little bit longer. You have to be very careful so they don't get contaminated, because nothing's protecting contamination from growing in the bottle. Now they do make multi-dose preservative-free drops, a number of drops. So you can't just look at the bottle and tell it's preservative-free.
Right.
You have to read the label to see.
Oh, you mean the really tiny print on there, so make sure you have your glasses.
Yes, that's right, which, by the way, we can help with that. But this particular strain of infections that's been going around has been linked largely, but not exclusively, to one brand of drops. So it's happened with more than one brand, but it's been particularly associated with an artificial tear that's not a real common one, but it is sold here in California, and this has occurred in 12 states, including California, and it's Ezra Care artificial tears, and specifically the preservative-free versions of them.
Okay, now what kind of damage is it doing to the eyes?
So it's causing infections. It's not the drop that's causing infection, it's bacteria that seems to be contaminating the drops. Now, what the CDC, who is all over this, has not yet figured out is whether there are bottles, unopened bottles of this that contain this bacteria, whether it somehow became contaminated during the manufacturing process or whether it's getting contaminated after it's in the hands of the end user, the consumer.
Okay.
So that's an important thing to find out, because it doesn't necessarily mean the drops themselves are to blame.
Right.
But there are a number of confusing things. This is science, and so we don't know everything.
Right.
It could be that one particular strain of this bacterium, which is called Pseudomonas aeruginosa, and we should talk about that, is growing in, is particularly amenable to the growth in this particular teardrop, especially when there are no preservatives.
Okay, well, yes, what you just said.
Yeah. Pseudomonas aeruginosa is the full name, but Pseudomonas is well known in healthcare because it is one of the more common serious bacterial infections that can occur. It happens a lot in hospitalized patients. It happens particularly to people who are either elderly or otherwise have a compromised immune system. And Pseudomonas infections are well known to us in ophthalmology because they're the leading cause of bacterial corneal infections among people who wear contact lenses.
Oh, no kidding.
When we see a corneal infection with a contact lens where we assume it's Pseudomonas unless, until proven otherwise. And that's important for us to do because those are particularly aggressive organisms.
Wow.
And it's one that grows in certain environments, but it's particularly prevalent in hospitals and other places. So.
Right. Well, our eye seems quite susceptible to so many different things, and this is why it's so important to wash your hands and, of course, wash your contact lenses with the appropriate solution. Don't put your finger in your eye. I mean, all those things that you've been told so many times.
That's right. Yeah, all of those, what we call aseptic techniques or antiseptic techniques are designed to reduce your exposure to bacteria using artificial tears carefully, not touching the tip of an eye drop bottle. When you put in eye drops, you don't want to touch your eye or your eyelashes with it. You want it to fall free, and keep that bottle tip after you take the cap off sterile. Keep the inside of the cap sterile. And then when you put them back together, be careful not to contaminate on, on surfaces that are not sterile.
Does it help to put it in the refrigerator at all?
Great question. Yes.
Okay.
In general, and I'm not aware of any eye drop that is, where it's bad to put it in the fridge.
Okay.
In fact, there's other benefits of putting drops in the fridge. They sting less if you put drops in the fridge. And it does not impair generally the function of any eye drops. Now, some of the thicker formulations of drops become even thicker still when you put them in the fridge, and a little bit hard to drop off the end of the dropper. But for most drops, it's totally fine to do that. And of course, what cold does is reduce the growth of bacteria. That's why we can keep food longer. It's because it just doesn't, it slows down those chemical processes that cause bacteria to grow and decline of the freshness of food.
Okay.
So, with what we certainly advise is if you have any of the Ezra Care products on hand, don't use them. If you have other artificial tears that have been open for a while, certainly if they're beyond expirations, don't use them. If they're preservative-free drops that are designed to be opened, used once, and thrown away, then in general, do that. Right. Now, one exception to that is, with care, and this is sort of breaking the rules, but if you're careful, you dispense a single dose and you put it in a refrigerator and you put it upright. We advise patients you can take a shot glass and put your little dispenser inside there with the tip up. Don't let anything touch it. Put it in the fridge. Probably that's okay for a day or two instead of just using it and throwing it away. But in general, preservative-free are meant to be used according to the instructions that you're given.
Well, exactly. Well, thank you very much for the information and for the warning today.
Yeah, important information, and I hope it's helpful to our listeners.
Thank you. If you want more information about the Ezra Care line, you can always go to the cdc.gov. They have all the latest information on the preservative-free artificial tears, or you can contact Harvard Eye at 949-951-2020. We'll be right back.
At Harvard Eye Associates,
we are committed to your vision care
and quality of life.
It's a commitment we don't take lightly.
Our trusted team of doctors provides specialized eye care using state-of-the-art technology.
We deliver what matters to you.
And your family.
Harvard Eye Associates, the future of vision today.
Did you know that the Laguna Hills Lodge was originally built as a place for relatives or friends to stay when they were visiting? In 1968, Laguna Woods' residents built the first 2 buildings of the lodge because they wanted a place close by for visitors to stay. Since then, the lodge has become the spare bedroom for the Laguna Woods' residents. The lodge has received the TripAdvisor Award of Excellence 8 years in a row. We invite you to stay in one of our recently remodeled garden rooms and take advantage of a special offer for Laguna Woods' residents, family, and friends.
Hi, remember us?
We're back,
Christine and Jack from the Jewelry Box,
which is now the Jewelry Box Estate Buyers.
Relocated in a new spot in our old shopping center.
But we're still Orange County's preeminent buyer of gold, jewelry, watches, and flatware.
And we're still a full jewelry repair center. And with our 3 graduate gemologists, we're still here to appraise your special pieces.
And like always, at the Jewelry Box Estate Buyers,
it's about trust.
Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Beverly Genero and Stuart Hack, who are here on behalf of the Reformed Temple of Laguna Woods. Well, welcome both of you to the program.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much for having us again.
Thank you.
Stuart, good. Yeah, Stuart, you're a little new to us here. How long have you been with the Reformed Temple?
I've been with the Reformed Temple since 2017.
Okay. Excellent.
Stuart is actually a former president of the Reformed Temple.
Oh nice. Okay, great. And how long have you lived in the village?
Since 2002.
Wow, you're probably the longest.
Actually, it's 2007 is when I joined the temple, and moved here in 2002.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Well, that's great. Well, thank you for joining us today. And Beverly, it looks as though Stuart's going to start us off today to talk about an event that's coming up. So go right ahead.
Okay. Music from the Ukraine to Broadway, klezmer to jazz. It's a fundraiser and a memorial to Fran Baum. Bert Baum was looking for a way to memorialize Fran, and she loved music, and she had deep feelings for the Jewish community, including the Reformed Temple of Laguna Woods. She was also active in the Clown Club, bringing cheer to hospitalized soldiers at Camp Pendleton. She was quite an individual.
What was her character when she was in the Clown Club?
Oh boy, I don't know.
You know? Oh, we have interviewed her at some point.
You may well have, yeah. She died about a year ago.
Okay. Great. And so that's going to be on Sunday, February 19th at Clubhouse 3 and begins at 3 o'clock. Does anyone need to RSVP, or how does that work?
Okay, so tickets can be purchased by going to the temple website, which is on Laguna Woods web setup,
okay.
Or going to the PAC.
Okay, perfect. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for that information. That hopefully will be a great turnout. Now, Beverly, of course, you always have your regulars, and then you have some other events that are coming up. Tell me what's coming up first.
Well, this month we'll be celebrating the holiday of Tu B'Shavat, and this is often referred to as the birthday of the new trees or the new year of the trees. In the past, many biblical laws were adhered to regarding the harvest and fruit from the trees, but in modern times, since most of us do not lead an agrarian life, it's taken on an environmental significance and incorporating planting of trees and respecting nature. So several times the Reformed Temple has planted a tree, and we're doing it again on Monday, February 6th at 11 a.m. We're going to observe the holiday by planting a tree on the side of Clubhouse 1. It's just next to, kind of like behind the drop-in lounge. So it's a little ceremony, and everyone's welcome to come. And it's always a good thing to be out in nature and respecting our trees.
Absolutely, that is great. That's awfully nice. I like that idea.
I do too. It's fun, and it makes you feel good. Spiritually, it's the best. The Reformed Temple Book Club is going to meet again Tuesday, February 21st. And again, it's at 2404 Via Mariposa West at 10 a.m. in the Recreation Room. And they're going to share the book entitled The Paris Architect by Charles Belfour. And it's a novel about an architect who designs buildings which include hiding places for Jews trying to escape the Nazis, which is, it's a fascinating subject. There's been a lot of discussion on that subject in the years. Please RSVP to Harriet Schwartz if you plan to attend. And the purpose of our Connections Committee is to connect by phone calls with Temple members and to give resource information or answer questions to the Temple. But the most important thing is to check on the welfare of our members. So please let Lisa Bender know if you know of anybody who would need a call or if you'd like a friendly voice. Lisa's number is 949-254-5817. And again, on Sunday, April 30th, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., the Temple will be holding its annual Jewish Food Festival. In the past, we've had as many as 1,200 people, and it's just, I can't tell you how much fun, the camaraderie people feel as a community. All the people in the community are welcome, and they all show up. And I think it's something that we can look forward to. We'll hear more about that as the time gets closer. They're going to have a band. They're going to be teaching dancing. It's free admission to everybody. You just pay for the food that's there, and it's lots of good Jewish food.
Is it food that's going to be sort of like a catered or somebody that's an exhibitor, or is someone making?
No, there's you can buy sandwiches, you can buy desserts, you can, all the typical foods that you'd expect in a Jewish home. So
my challah bread must be there then.
Pardon?
My challah bread must be there then.
Oh yes. I'm sure it will be. And there'll be a lot of fun at that thing. So we'll get more on that as we get closer to the end.
What did you say, Stuart?
I said they'll have chicken soup there also.
Oh,
I didn't know about the chicken soup.
Yeah.
I know they usually have corned beef on rye and the lox and bagels and just.
I'm getting hungry. I made matzo ball soup last winter in December because I was really sick. And I'm like, you know what? What doesn't cure a head cold better than matzo ball soup? So I made a whole bunch of it, and then I brought it to my friend who was also sick. I couldn't believe I made those little matzo balls and everything.
They're not as hard to do as you'd think.
Well, no, not when you have that little box.
Yeah, if you have the little box, it helps.
That little box looks great.
I do want to remind everyone.
What's your favorite food or the food festival? Do you have a favorite?
Well, I love the lox and cream cheese. That I'll eat that any day of the week. But they're also going to have hot dogs. And it's last time we had it, we sold out of food.
Oh,
so we're going to be better prepared this time.
Yeah.
So
good.
Come there and know you'll be able to get something good. And the desserts are amazing.
Well, I'm glad you guys were able to have this because, I know that it's been tough for the last few years. So now everybody's back out and about, and hopefully Beverly will have you come into the studio and instead of a Zoom, which is fine. Zooms are fine.
Okay, by the spring, I should be ready to do that.
Oh, well, good. Well, we hope so. That'll be great.
I think all these viruses will be gone. This is my optimism. Pollyanna speaking.
I hope so. So now, obviously, of course, Friday nights are always special.
Everyone's welcome to attend our services on Friday night, Lisa. They're every Friday night at 7:30, Clubhouse 1. Right now, we are requesting that everyone show proof of vaccination, up-to-date vaccinations, and masks are encouraged, but not required. Everyone's also welcome to stay for our ONEG, which is where they have the desserts, and visit a little bit and get to know everybody. And if you choose not to attend in person, we still do have hybrid Zoom services. And if you're interested in becoming a member of our temple, please contact Lynn Rosenstein or Carol Sandusky. And finally, I want to let you know, if you didn't get all these phone numbers and you'd like any information on the temple, any questions that you have, please call our hotline to get, and check our website, which can be accessed through Laguna Woods Village website under clubs. And then you'll get all the information that's going on in the temple. We're pretty busy, pretty active temple with very, very involved volunteers and friendly people.
That's great. Well, thank you very much for all the information, Beverly and Stuart. We appreciate it. And you guys have a great day.
Thanks again for the opportunity, Lisa. You have a good day as well.
Take care.
And we'll be right back after this.
At Genesis of Laguna Niguel, we care about every customer and treat you like family. So think of us kind of like a good grandson. We take our time to go over all your new Genesis's technology features, step by step, all in the comfort of our showroom while enjoying complimentary refreshments. Or if you prefer, we can deliver your new Hyundai and cover everything in person. It's that easy. For a simply better buying and ownership experience, visit Genesis of Laguna Niguel.
Before the next earthquake, take 30 seconds to refresh your memory about these important disaster preparedness tips. Make a family emergency plan. Decide how you'll get in touch with each other, where you'll go, and what you'll do in an emergency. Build a disaster supply kit with enough water, food, and emergency supplies to last at least 3 days. It's important to have disaster supply kits for work, cars, and pets too. Find and fix items in your home that might hurt someone by moving, breaking, or falling during an earthquake. Know how to react safely when the ground shakes. If you're inside, stay there. Remember to drop, cover, and hold on. Drop down onto your hands and knees and cover your head and neck with your arms to protect yourself from falling objects. If you can move safely, crawl under a sturdy desk or table and hold on to one of the legs until the shaking stops. After an earthquake, help people who are hurt or trapped. Call 911 for emergencies only. Check your home for damage, including gas or water leaks, damaged wiring, or downed power lines. Protect your family and your home by making a plan, building a kit, and practicing disaster drills at least twice a year. Be sure to visit readyoc.org for more information on emergency preparedness and alertoc.com to sign up for emergency alerts and notifications. We want you to be prepared for a disaster just as much as you do.
Captain America.
Watch HGTV.
Netflix.
Our movie for today is called Till, and it is a true story of Mamie Till Mobley's relentless pursuit of justice for her 14-year-old son who was brutally lynched in 1955 while visiting his cousins in Mississippi. You can catch that out today at 2 p.m. with subtitles, 6 p.m. without subtitles, and is brought to you by Pacific Financial Planners. Now, a couple of events that are happening next week. The Cat Club is having a meeting, and that is going to be on February 8th, and that's in Clubhouse 5. And if you want to join along and find out more information, you can always get in touch with them at LagunaWoodsCatClub.com and check out all of the things that they have going on. Now, the New York Club is having a trio perform, and that is going to be on Thursday, February 15th in Clubhouse 5. If you want more information about that, you can contact Surrey at 714-686-3932. And the Astronomy Club is having a great meeting, and it's all about Mother Earth, our blue marble. It is going to be on Wednesday, February 15th at 7 p.m., Clubhouse 1, and all are welcome. They're going to have a professor there, Nick Timmons from Saddleback College. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather one last time. We've got some good weather for the next couple of days. We are looking at partly cloudy skies later today, 69-50. Then on Sunday, we have 65-46 with a 46% chance of rain. And then on Monday, 65-40. Take a look at these numbers here. We are looking at local beaches, 62-49, San Diego, 65-49, Santa Barbara the same, Palm Springs, 73-50, Tahoe 38-18, Big Bear 45-25, Mammoth 29-11, and Las Vegas 66-42. We'll be back again on Monday morning right here on Village Television at 9 a.m. Have the greatest weekend ever. We'll see you again on Monday. Bye-bye.
Are you struggling to hear in your noisy dining room? Do you have to pause and think about what people are saying so you can figure out the words? Do you find yourself lost in conversations? Can you hear but you don't understand the words people are saying? You need to get on the Ark. No, not Noah's Ark. This is Stewart's Ark hearing aids with artificial intelligence. You will never know how much better you can hear until you listen to the clear sound and noise right in our office. Call us today. Don't miss the boat and tell them Stewart sent you.